Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dicefunctional Campaign 2 with the
He's not
Neighborhood
gonna do
Watcher,
it.
where we last left the Intrepid Idiots. They had started relaxing in their tower for a little bit. After rescuing Hadrian and contending with a few of the issues that they were having, and getting rid of a cursed sentient weapon, well, things were a bit stressful for everybody involved. So, you guys are taking a little bit of time to peruse the tower, find some things that you wanted, and prepare, as there are some more things coming up the pipeline for you all to handle, including finally putting the Brotherhood of Chains down and removing them as an issue completely. But before that gets dealt with, Castella is unarmed, kind of. They're missing their main weapon, and because of that, unfortunately, Castella is going to have to deal with, not having their normal supplies. The party was on their way back up to Hargrak, and in the process of that, you were going to be stopping by Belric at the museum to see if you can get a weapon for her. But as you guys are traveling, someone appears to have popped by Castella's room to have a conversation with her. A rat folk whose name you do not yet know. But he was polite and was looking to have a conversation with you. And where we had just left off, he had just opened up a black portal door in Castella's room and had invited her in for a parlay. And that was where we had left off. So, Kaz, we will be starting with you.
Okay.
The ratfolk is gesturing for you to make your way into his home location for conversing. You're not too sure what it is. Would you like to make your way in, or do you want to try to push for someone else to come with you?
I think I'll be fine. I need to trust his words, so I'm gonna give him that.
Okay. You enter into the black portal that has appeared into the wall of your room. And as you step through, at first you feel a cold rush surrounding your body, Arctic cold that brings goose pimples rising up along your skin. And then you step into what feels like a warm, pleasant manor of some sort. The ceilings are a touch low for your standards, maybe about 7 feet tall, as opposed to the taller, like 10 foot or a plus, ceilings that you're used to. But maybe it might make you feel a little taller than usual, but for a rat folk, like the fellow who you've just met, it'd be a pretty high ceilinged room. You can see that the interior decoration is quite nice. It looks like it is a mixture of well-made stone brick and lovingly carved and hewn woodwork. Custom wood panels are holding in place what look like very nice stained glass windows, which appear to have the symbol of what looks like some kind of a rat-like creature that is basically housed inside of a circle, and it looks like they have dug a path in a circular pattern inside of this larger circle. But the inside of this location is lovely and warm and feels quite homely, I would say is the best way of describing it. You have to forgive me. This is a little bit smaller than you may be used to, and might be a bit emptier, but you have every single accommodation you may need here.
Oh.
A nice little gift I acquired in my travels.
I didn't catch your name before I got here.
I haven't provided it, in fairness. My name is Rozz.
Rozz?
Rozz. Rozz.
Oh, okay. It's nice to meet you.
You as well. Granted, I've already seen you quite a bit and know of your companions, so perhaps it isn't meeting you, it's just finally talking to you. Still, would you like to have a conversation in the dining area, in front of a fire, possibly at a nice sitting chamber, a living room? It is up to you.
Well, fireplace would be nice, honestly.
Completely doable. This room to the right, take a left and then head forward about 4 rooms. I'll meet you there in just a moment.
Okay.
And you begin walking along on your own as Rozz goes off and begins to do something. You're not sure what. You will walk through a few other chambers, for lack of a better term. One that looks like some kind of a small armory or display room. It doesn't look like it is meant for actual use armor, but it looks more like there are some lovingly made bits and bobs that are held up on display, some that are in nice glass cases. Many of these have like rat-like motifs. So there is a suit of plate mail that is basically has like a helmet like a snarling rat, and it looks like the actual cuirass, so the chest plate, is meant to accommodate someone with a slightly arched back, like Mr. Rozz does. It's also made for someone much smaller, so someone maybe about Rozz's size. You'll then pass by what looks like a small sitting room, and then inside you'll find another room that has a nice roaring fire in front of 2 chairs, a small table between the 2 of them, like a small circular like side table, as well as some footrests that are in front of each of the chairs.
She's just gonna sit down on the chair and then wait.
Rozz will return back to the room. You'll see he's carrying with him a small like crystal decanter of some kind with some kind of a rich amber colored liquid inside of it. You'll set that down on the side table, while floating behind them there is a small plate, or a platter I should say, that has what looks like 2 cups, or like small mugs really, some kind of a dark colored liquid. You believe it is just coffee, judging by the smell. And the platter also has a bunch of various pastries, all different in appearance from what you're used to, but some kind of pastry-like food.
I mean, it's rich food, so I'm gonna try to eat it.
Anything you eat here will be will linger. You will be able to be fed. You will be sated. Though I do find that the food that is created here is not the same as original, what is actually out there. So I have also brought a nice decanter of brandy if you would like to have a nightcap, or at least liven up your coffee a bit.
I don't mind. That sounds nice.
Pour at your leisure. So, yes. You have something I would like, but I can't really take it from you right now. See, that piece of the cowl that you're wearing, that is something I very much would like to acquire, and holds a certain amount of significance to individuals of my persuasion and individuals of my following. Granted, I can't take it from you currently, as if I do, I would lose the most effective way of contacting you. But,
I see.
But I still am willing to parlay and make a deal with you. See, that I want. You need a knife or some other similar weapon, and I can certainly accommodate that very easily. Individuals in my occupation, we have a nice little object or type of blade that called a cutthroat's grace. It is not unique, nor it is as special as the one you used to carry, but I believe an individual in your position would very much like to have something like this. It is quite effective.
Well, as long as it's not housing anything inside the weapon, I'm okay with it.
No, well, not really. There's nothing sentient there or anything that would have any form of sway over your body or mind, for that matter.
Mhm.
It is an enchanted dagger. It's designed for finding weaknesses, I suppose is the best way of describing it. And in the cases of no weaknesses being present, it can give you the chance to shift how your weapon is harming them, so that maybe you can avoid something they might be slightly resistant or unaffected by.
Conrad, again, does this weapon change the damage type?
Out of character, basically what he's describing is the dagger will, upon striking someone, tell you if they have a weakness. So that's
Okay.
one. Two, you have control over the additional damage it creates, because it does have a little bit of like a extra d6 to it or what have you. I won't tell you the
Okay.
exact number, but that's just an example. And you have
Mhm.
control over that. So you can decide if it's poison, acid, fire, cold, what have you. There are
Oh.
the more esoteric damage types, no. So you can't make it do force damage because that's a very different kind of damage. As is, let's see, force, psychic, radiant, and necrotic are the four that are off the table.
So I can do fire, lightning, ice,
Acid, poison,
acid, okay.
um,
Thunder.
thunder as well, but it wouldn't be something emitted by the blade at that point. It's just it'll make like a shockwave.
Oh, okay.
But basically, you can change the additional damage type to it, which means that in a situation where you're facing an enemy with a resistance, which you would also be told of by striking it, you can then go, okay, pivot. I'm not going to do fire damage. I'm going to do cold damage, something like that.
Oh, okay. I mean, beats the other dagger for only using poison, so.
Certainly. It also is quite a unique little thing. Granted, it does use a few animal souls in the process of it being created, but they can't really cause anything to you. After that, well, more accurately, I will be then giving you that once you've also acquired the other piece of the carol that I need.
So I need to get the queen's other half.
Correct. See, unfortunately,
And
simply just giving you a blade would be a very bad idea for me, because you could just run off and screw me over.
yeah,
Nothing
that
would be
makes sense.
stopping you.
Yeah.
In addition, I couldn't really then strike back against you, as if I did, your companions would try to kill me. It's a lose-lose situation for me.
Yeah.
So, the best way of handling it, for me, that is for you to get both of them, and I will provide you both that blade and something else.
Something else? What's the
Yes.
other thing?
Well, for me, nothing. It is nothing at all. It is a mask. It does nothing for me.
It's not like the cowl at all? It's a different mask?
Oh, it's a completely different mask, yes.
Oh.
But it doesn't like some people, so it won't react to them. It doesn't react to me.
And you sure it doesn't have any sentience? I'm sorry, I'm very
I
skeptical of new objects now, so
I
it
don't know. I don't think so. I never heard any voices from it. It simply seems like it has I suppose, a picky personality or a quirk to it. It doesn't like certain individuals trying to use it.
so how do we know if it'll like me?
I don't. In fairness, it very well could refuse to attune to you, in which case, I would then attempt to accommodate in a different way.
Okay.
I would hardly wish to leave you with something that you cannot actually use.
Right. I just want to be reassured that the cowl, or at least the 2 pieces of cowl that I'm giving you,
Yes.
are you gonna use it like for collection purposes or?
Oh no, no. I would be using it. It would be mine.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
at least at that point. I'm one of the most deserving individuals to be carrying it, in all honesty. I'm one of the few envoys of the Great Rat. And, well, an envoy must carry an item of their deity. So, I would be holding on to it and making sure that it only goes to other rat folk and followers of the Great Rat.
Hmm. Well, I can't say no to a person that is dedicated to their god, especially this item in particular is based off of, I think is it the Creech? In my head, I think it is.
Yes, Creech
Um,
the Uncaught. He was at this point, likely long dead. Rat folk. I don't know if he was an envoy or not, but he was certainly chosen by the Great Rat. And then one day he disappeared. The legend is that he burrowed his way down to the center of the very planet we live on. No one ever saw him again.
well, I
Either
will
way,
say.
it is his. Still, go on.
Oh, I was gonna say, I can't guarantee you getting the second piece, obviously, because the other person is much more dangerous and not negotiable.
Oh
But
no,
I'll try.
that's exactly why I'm going towards you first. See, I'm confident you and your friends will at least attempt to kill them. Most likely you will succeed. Um, after all, you have this whole saving the world thing that you're attempting to do, which that's fair. I understand why you're doing it. I would say, worst case scenario, you fail, and I wait for the next person to come by and kill them, and then I just take it off a body. But I think that would be much less likely.
At some point, um, I am gonna give up the weapon. Um, not the weapon, but the cowl. I mean,
Well, I mean, that is fair. I'd likely be asking for it once you acquire the second piece, in which case it would be, I mean, free for the taking, effectively, if you won't be using it. Simply leaving it in a back room to gather dust seems like a bit of a waste.
I mean that's true. I was gonna say I probably won't be using it by the time I'm done with this whole saving the world thing.
Yes.
So, I mean, it would go to the right person for sure.
Well, I'm happy to see that you agree with me on that. Still, I am still willing to parley and discuss further. Do you have any other things you would wish of me, or would desire to sweeten the deal?
Mm. Out of character, I have no clue. I don't know.
I mean, you can. I will allow you to open this up to the peanut gallery and see if anybody else has.
Is that what for the peanut
Yes.
gallery?
Since he was spying on you having one of the pieces, he could help us get information on the Queen Bitch.
This is
That's
true.
true.
So we're not going in blind.
That's true.
It saves us from having to use the mirror or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Kaz will ask Rozz about if you knew any intel about the Queen Bitch, or technically Dorothy.
Oh yes, plenty. First and foremost, I've a rough idea of a typical daily schedule. I have a rough idea on the pattern she is using for the individuals who come and go for her guard, and the schedule that they will keep for keeping watch. The only issue is that the schedule they keep and her daily schedule is damn near bulletproof. See, she sets it all up so that an individual, such as you or I, who was trying to break in would have difficulty doing so, not without magic. First and foremost, all the individuals that are acting as guards have code words. Code word changes every day. So, we don't have the code word, and we don't say the right thing, we get caught. Problem 1. Problem 2, she has set up a lockbox design for entering rooms, namely entering into other rooms of her home. So, you have to walk into one room, the door closes behind you, the person who was watching you walk into that room then has to unlock the door from the other side to let you in. So, just simply sneaking behind someone is a pretty good way to get caught, unless you're invisible. Oh, and if they find out that you're there, they'll just lock the door and leave you. Yes. Third, she most likely does have spellcasters on her retinue.
Every fucking time.
Every time.
I love her dearly, but every time.
She's the best addition in the most recent few sessions. What are you talking about?
Whether they're actually spellcasters or simply individuals who've been provided magical items and scrolls to then use, I couldn't say. But I'm fairly confident most of them are either dispelling magic or countering magic.
From the sounds of it, she doesn't sound like a spellcaster. She sounds like a melee user.
I don't think she is a spellcaster. I think she will
Okay.
certainly use spells in scroll form, but I don't think she is actually a spellcaster.
Is she in high alert at all, or she's just doing her own thing currently?
She is in a typical form of paranoia, is the best way of describing it.
Paranoia.
Everyone who comes in is watched. Everybody who enters has guards near them. Everybody who wants to get in has to go through several different people to get the permission to do so. She may not be on high alert by her definition, but by everyone else's, yes. It's high alert.
You know, for a queen bitch, she seems very paranoid.
Well, I'd imagine she's paranoid simply because she's playing it differently than everyone else who has ever done it before. All of the other queen bitches and king dicks didn't want that job. She did.
She doesn't want to get killed, basically.
Exactly. Most of the other ones would simply say, you want the job, fine, fucking take it, and walk away. This one, though, wants to keep the job no matter what.
Do you have any idea where the current Thornhurst is right now?
Oh, yes, that I do know. Currently, it is located, right about. Let's see. Right about here. Just north of the Blumenthal. A little ways off of Elbedil. Relatively close to a wizard's tower.
So it hasn't moved, Willie.
No, it did move. It was initially up. It was initially up all the way over here recently, and then it has moved back down.
Oh.
Yeah,
So it's where
they've
we
shuffled.
originally found it, but not.
Yep.
Okay.
Nearby,
me.
but not exactly.
Ignore me.
You're fine. You're fine. I understand the I understand the confusion.
So move back down near Elbedil. Ugh. Interesting.
But they likely haven't had any issues with that spot yet, so they're going to keep going back to it until it gets discovered, and then they're going to find a different one, which is good for us, not for them yet.
It's gonna be hard to infiltrate Thornhurst.
Yes. Likely. If infiltration is what you want to go with, and yes, it would be very difficult. Granted, there is another option.
Which is?
Explosives. Blow up as many walls that are between you and her, and keep going. At that point, they'll all know that you're there, and you'll have to keep contending with every single person that comes your way. But, with that said, if you can't get in the sneaky way, you can do it the loud way.
By brute force.
Absolutely. The other good thing here is that, much like every other building, and I use that term loosely, it's not actually a building. It's an amalgamation of various carts and vehicles that are intended to be moving, so destroy the wheels and she'll have trouble running away. Granted, she could probably grab a horse, but without her guard and her home and her schedule, she'll be easier to handle.
Huh. Well, I'll talk to my group about what we're gonna do in Thornhurst and the Queen Bitch, but that's probably gonna have to deal with that later because we're gonna go fight a lich.
Well, good luck with that. What I will say is this: as a sign of goodwill, since I cannot yet give you the blade, nor can I yet give you the mask, I will instead give you this. And he holds out a small piece of paper. It's about the size of a playing card. It is black, kind of a matte finish. No writing is visible on either side of it. He'll hand it to you. All you need to do, put it against a wall, knock 3 times, and ask for my name, and I will attempt to assist you. Once.
What? You may only knock on this door once.
As far as I'm concerned, right now, you and I are friends. And friends should not be involved in assisting one another with bloodshed. So, that is your one opportunity for me to assist you with bloodshed. Past that point, I will not do so.
Connor, what does that mean by bloodshed?
Killing, basically.
Oh!
You can use it to literally. You can find yourself a wall, knock 3 times, and you'll summon him, and he'll act as backup for whatever you're dealing with at that moment in time. And that means he will fight.
It's like a card game. You can special summon him once.
Yeah, it's just that he is a reinforcement that you can only use one time. So once you use it, you lose it. That's it. It's gone forever.
And potentially he could help us escape somewhere instead of helping us fight as well.
This is also true. He could help you run.
Hmm.
Probably
This would
faster.
be. Oh, sorry.
It's probably one round kind of thing with the portal that you saw into this magnificent mansion, which would mean we'd have one round. We'd have to hold off enemies instead of a whole minute for a teleport spell.
Correct.
Hmm. Well, this will be helpful. I'm not sure about the Lich, but I'll think of
Well,
something.
I would say hold on to it. Sure,
Hmm.
you could certainly use it against the Lich, and I will assist in any way I can. But hold on to it. You never know.
All right.
With that said, that's the best I can give you right now. If you wish for anything else, well, I suppose I would have to see what I could do, but that is my offer. I will give you a blade in replacement, I will give you a mask as a reward, and for now, you have a favor from me.
I think it's a pretty good deal.
Are we at agreement?
Yeah. Okay.
Very well. And he'll hand out his four-fingered hand. He's a
Yeah.
rat folk. He's got 3 fingers and 1 thumb, so yeah, 4 fingers. As
Four
for a
fingers.
handshake.
Yeah.
Okay. You two will shake on agreement here. Eat your fill. You may have as many pastries as you wish. You may finish your coffee and your brandy. Stay as long as you wish. Well, as long as 24 hours. Eventually, this will close and we will have to leave. And to be frank, I don't think your friends would appreciate me suddenly appearing inside of their home. So I will likely simply slip away.
Would it be possible to contact you if we need more information about Dorothy or
Yes.
Thornhurst related? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Simply leave a note inside of the small rat
rat
trick.
hole. Yeah.
Yes. Just simply leave a note in there, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Mind you, it likely won't be immediate, and I can only do so many of those small rat animal messages in a day. But still,
Yeah.
I can contact you.
It's perfectly fine. I just want to make sure that whenever the time comes to go to Thornhurst, we need a plan, at least something to discuss about it.
Yes, that can be done.
All right. And obviously, Cass is just gonna enjoy herself, but not too long for them to realize she's missing.
Yeah, you're going to finish your pastries and you're going to finish your drink, and then you will slink back out.
Yeah.
Rozz will be slinking out with you, so he will step out of the portal with you, and he will dismiss it, and you watch it just kind of just shrinks down to a line and then closes up completely. And he will begin to slink his way back out as well. And I will roll for Rozz. I don't have his. Oh, right. I didn't make a sheet yet. That's on me. It's one of those things where I have loose numbers in mind, but I do not currently have an actual sheet for the fellow. Only a 17. Thankfully, the only person nearby is asleep.
Yeah.
And has a passive perception of 2, if I recall correctly,
Yeah,
in his current state.
Because it's a -10 if you're asleep. Technically, Blues is nearby. He doesn't really need your sleep, but
No, not
his
really.
passive is only 15 as well, so.
Yep. You will
Not
watch as
actively
Rozz
looking.
opens up the door to your room, and you'll see that the sleeping form of Ignatius kind of slumps slightly to the side and then hits the floor right in front of your door. And Rozz will just step over him and close the door behind you, and he will slink his way out of the cart.
I think I have the lowest passive.
I'm gonna wait
Yeah.
till he leaves, and then I'm gonna wait Iggy up. It's like, bro, you're gonna ruin your back. Get up.
Nothing a single night of sleep will do that this lifestyle hasn't already done.
Can't be slumping like that. It's gonna hurt you later.
That's a later problem. Did you rest well?
What time is it?
It is still like early morning. Like it's still past midnight, but still like we're talking like early morning. You probably still could sleep some more.
I'm gonna go back to bed.
Alright. Just kind of square himself back up against the wall. Like, arms crossed.
All right. Ignatius returns back to his guard, loosely, to use it loosely. And you will
He's
lay
more
down.
there in case of screaming.
No, I get it. And you will lay down to have a night of sleep. We already rolled that before, so we know that you're going to get a full night's sleep with no issues. So good to go there. But yeah, that day will wrap up, or that night will wrap up. And your days of travel can return past this point. With that said, you did just have a potentially important conversation. Would you wish to talk with the rest of the party or no? Before you guys start heading off onto the trains.
Sure.
Okay. It is morning. All of you were able to sleep, though some of you may have slight kinks in their back due to how they were sleeping.
Me, anyways.
Yeah. Who's gonna be who's cooking right now? It's probably Darius, isn't it?
Well, typically it's Bryn, but canonically I have Bryn right now in a lighting flurry where
Yeah.
they are not leaving the room. So you're getting slightly burnt scrambled eggs if I cook.
Diner style.
I mean,
If-
technically the cart produces its own food.
Yeah, but it's
no,
more
it's
fun to
not
have someone
fun.
cook.
Granny's
Yoku doesn't
making,
compete.
Granny's making scrambled eggs, bacon, toast, and beans.
Bean.
That checks out.
Bean.
Darius looks at the beans and goes, "I'm not feeding that to you, don't worry," and just pats her daughter on the
They're
head.
good for you. Lots of protein.
That's what the eggs are for.
You more protein. Fiber.
She does not need fiber. She
I'll try
eats
that
so much
now.
fruit.
I just want it established, and I know that you guys will understand this, but like, Fizzy never sits normal at a table. She's either like,
No.
Yeah, like she's
Is
either
she
like
cross-legged on his chair?
cross-legged, perched.
See, I have her in my brain as sitting like L from Death Note.
I used
don't-
to do that when I was younger.
I don't
not,
know what
Not
that
the copy
means.
L, but just because, like, I would
Yeah,
sit at the
the
dinner
perch,
table
you
like this.
Yeah, she perches. She perches. It's a perch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's doing. She's
I can't do that at like
that
a
is-
table because my knees are too.
Oh,
My
my
leg's
shins
too big,
basically
so-
have permanent dents
She
in them.
perches. Like that's how she eats. She
Yeah.
usually, if like I mean with like eggs, she probably uses the fork, but like it's still kind of like
Just mop it up with the toast. Fine.
yeah, hands like just like silverware. You know, she is who she is. Anyway, continue.
But I'm not feeding beans to the baby.
I'll just say, it's a good idea. Great power food. I'll swear by it.
You know what's going? You try to get her to eat beans and see what happens.
Okay. She like mashes them up to like a bean paste. And like spreads it on the
There is a solution to this, but I don't want to force it.
She'll eat scrambled eggs very happily. Albeit she uses her hand, so we will have to take a bath after this, but
I don't care. Could you imagine in the D&D world parents using command on the baby eat?
Eat it, you fuck.
That's
I think it's,
that
I
feels
think that's child abuse.
abusive.
Yeah.
Baby cast counter spells.
That's
Child
like
with
every
third
race
level
was wrong.
spells.
What is the baby no third level spell? Actually, all babies just innately know counterspell. They
Or,
grow
like,
out of
manhood,
it, so you have to like
no.
relearn it.
Mhm.
The word is no. That's their counter spell.
Yeah, they go no, and the spell stops. So you can't cast spells on a fucking baby, you animal.
Exactly.
Babies are immune to magic, actually.
Yeah.
They should.
Like
I will say
the,
this though.
the tired parent just casting sleep on the child who keeps waking
That's
up
the-
in the middle of the night.
That's fair though,
Like-
actually.
Occasionally, between the scrambled eggs, you'll see Darius just like sneak some vegetables in while her daughter's not looking.
No, wait, hold on. She'll wrap like green beans in bacon. Feed it to your baby.
Green beans.
I don't know.
Green beans.
Welcome to breakfast. These are green beans.
You said vegetables. What are vegetables?
Becca has no idea what you have for breakfast, apparently, even though I cook
What
it
is
regularly.
breakfast?
What's well,
What do you mean, what?
what vegetables do you have for breakfast?
Peppers.
Ew.
Potatoes.
Onions? You put it
Potatoes
in
are-
eggs.
Potatoes are
Baby-
barely a vegetable. They're starch.
Baby could eat carrot.
Carrots.
Baby carrot for breakfast.
I don't feel.
Well, she's
I
got-
don't really see how carrot is different from green bean in this situation.
Carrot, grab out of the fridge cold.
Okay.
But
I
by
wrap
the
the
way,
carrot in bacon and feed it to the baby.
but by the way, in the background you'll see Blue's
You're a
just
fucking animal.
gnashing up a piece of bacon.
I
Yeah,
don't like the
uh,
Let's eat
yeah,
meat
yeah,
now.
Balloose is now eating meat.
That's weird.
Reason number 52, my granny never had her own kid.
Fitz, meanwhile, is a normal person
Evidently.
and is embracing his inner like dad core and has like a big like plaid robe on and is reading
Oh,
like
wow.
the equivalent to the newspaper. At
It's
the
a newspaper.
table.
I think that would be the
Yeah.
I think it
newspaper.
is a
Well, I think-
Newspaper, bud.
Well, Mike, the reason I was saying the equivalent to a newspaper, I don't know if we can get a like
Paper
current
delivered.
newspaper. Do we
No,
get
I mean-
newspapers delivered?
Well, I mean, like, delivered, probably not, but, like, someone could easily slip out for, like, not even a moment and get newspapers, because you're in a major city.
Oh,
Okay.
oh my God, Frog does it.
Frog
you could
runs
just get
against
Frog to go do it.
the Newspaper.
Frog is a
My
delivery boy.
goodness.
Frog is hanging out of the pocket of one of the robes, just kind of limply sleeping.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. Have you ever thought maybe you're aging rapidly?
Because I like to be comfortable and keep up on the news.
You look like my mother when she's like sitting at breakfast.
The best time to learn the daily news is in the morning because the news changes during the day. You understand that, correct?
He's got a point.
Hmm.
You catch up on what happened, and then the day happens to you.
Can I have the comics out of it to use?
Use?
I don't read them anyway.
Yeah. What color is this?
Oh. black.
No!
It's
No!
a black and white newspaper. You think they got color printing here?
It's Sunday. We have color prints on Sunday.
No. Shut up.
I'm funny, damn it.
I know.
I'm like looking at Cass. I know it's not on purpose, but like she looks half asleep. I know. I don't know if it's Jolly. I'm just looking at the VTuber.
She already ate.
Middle of the night. and having a
I
meal.
was like,
That being said, that means Kaz is not eating breakfast.
Well, it was still at, like midnight when she ate. Like a little after midnight, right?
she could be a little peckish. Just not.
Yeah, you not as hungry probably, but like
Connor, I
you'll
had-
still like. Yeah.
I had coffee.
Oh yeah, you did have coffee. That's true.
So what are we doing?
I mean, we're taking the train today.
Cool.
Much.
We gotta
We're gonna go.
Fearhole to track down. So
We've got a museum to visit to see if we can find something for Kaz to
Well, that's
use.
true. We gotta do that.
Yes.
A rogue being down to one dagger is never a good thing.
even though that's normally how rogues are. We are the weird ones.
We are the weird ones. Our rogue being down to one dagger is never a good thing.
It does limit options a little bit.
What are you looking for in a dagger, Kaz?
I don't know, something that's not sentient for once.
Yeah, that's probably
You know-
good.
That's fair. Fitz, would you be able to tell us something sentient, or is that just kind of a luck of a draw thing?
I can't touch it and tell you if there's someone in it, but usually if you attune and you hear a voice, and it's gonna look directly at Kaz, and you tell someone, usually it'll sort of spell itself out early.
Okay, I didn't know if there was like a special magic way to detect it.
And I answered your question.
Oh,
I don't know why you're-
I suppose there is legend lore which would probably hint heavily at it, though we might have cleaned most of this continent out of the materials for it for a while.
This is true. You guys have bought a fuck ton of it at this point.
Do you think we could use the mirror to spy into an incense factory and just steal it?
This feels wrong.
I don't believe that industry is capable of mass producing incense at this point in time.
No, it's like individual craftsmen basically. So there's not an incense factory you could just heist.
Damn.
What if we kidnapped a incense maker and made him live in our tower?
This feels worse. Actually, this
What
feels
if we hired
much
him
worse.
to live in our tower by force?
Certainly there are other continents that one could go to.
It feels wrong to just jump continents just to buy all the incense. Granny, are you
Nationwide
okay?
Incense shortage has struck. Nobody
This
knows
is
where the
not what I
fucking
wanted to
incense
be
is.
known for. Taking incense and crashing the market. Hey.
Beltworth markets to crash.
Oh,
Listen, it's not our fault they don't make enough incense.
My goodness, look what I found.
It is our fault for needing all the incense, but you know.
I would not hold loose like that. He does fart.
What is this one?
So it'll-
Not much different, you and I.
God, Luce's bean.
Okay, well, known if it's sentient? I feel like.
Probably not.
guarantee.
Only if they attuned to it, like Fitz said.
Well, then that means Kaz is just gonna have to tell us.
Look, I'm sorry, okay?
Listen, guys, I think Kaz has learned her lesson,
Okay.
but we're still gonna give you grief for it for a little bit.
She'll tell us if anything else mysterious happens to her, right?
Yes.
Kaz, what is
At
that
this point, I would like to
face?
think Kaz wouldn't hide anything weird from us.
I
Can I reminisce? Because I feel like her deception is very bad, and like
You can roll insight for it.
I will. Hold on. I rolled not great. So I'm gonna take my oracle number for the day, which is an 8, because I rolled a 5. So it's going to be an 18. It's still like a decent number. It's just.
I think that means that Kaz needs a natural 20 to beat him.
I think so.
Basically, yes.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying too hard, I will say.
Kaz, what happened? No. Kaz, what happened?
I guess it wasn't a dream, was it? Again, that coffee felt very real.
Kaz?
If you're drinking things random people hand to you, you know that's not safe.
What's happening?
I didn't say much. It was a very sophisticated little rat folk.
In this cart.
Hey,
Elaborate.
please?
And also, this would be the second consecutive night you've had a strange individual appear in your bedroom. I feel you should be a bit more alarmed about this.
Yeah, I'm with Iggy on this one.
Coffee was good.
The rat folk gave you coffee
And pastries.
and pastry. Oh, and pastries. That makes it fine.
Yeah, I mean, he came out of my rat hole thing.
Crazy?
A rat folk
Yes.
came out of your rat hole
Yes.
and
Crazy?
gave you coffees and pastries.
Well, I think we went into his mansion, but to be quite honest, yes.
A rat folk came out of your rat hole, took you to his rat mansion,
I
and
love
gave
this.
you.
Well, clearly
This
she's
is
fine.
telling us.
Does this rat folk have a name?
Rozz?
Oh, Rozz the rat folk.
I'm just gonna very quietly cast detective poison and disease.
The only
I'm
poison-
not-
The only poison currently in their body is a small amount of alcohol and caffeine.
It's just fine.
I wasn't lying on
Okay. So, a rat folk came out of your rat hole.
Yes.
This sounds.
told-
Is this a
Okay.
euphemism?
No, I don't think it's a euphemism.
Oh my god,
I-
fizzy. Huge word. Love
I
that.
know.
Great job.
I mean, it's hanging around you guys, especially you, Fitz. Honestly, you made me smarter. It's crazy. I don't know what it means. It just
Yeah.
is that right? Okay. I think because that means like it's a word for something else. I don't think it's that. I think it's actually rat folk came out of his rat hole and took you to his rat mansion. And why did he do this?
Was he a malicious rat or a kind rat?
Fine.
Okay.
That's good.
I don't like the idea of a malicious rat.
I think a
Although
lot
Yeah,
of rats are
thankfully.
malicious, actually.
I
Okay.
don't believe you'd be able to really tell either way, because the malicious ones would usually hide that malice.
Okay. But why? What did he want?
My cowl.
What?
That actually
Why?
makes
makes
sense,
a lot of
isn't it?
sense.
Isn't
Oh.
that like a rat folk thing?
Oh, that's
Yes,
right.
Is it
it's
a
a rat-
legendary item for those
It's-
those people?
It's
Okay.
a rat folk
Relic.
relic that belonged to them. So technically, it's not in my right to hold it.
Well,
But
clearly
you
he didn't
still
try to
have it.
take it from you. What does he want?
He wanted to. What did he call it?
Parlay.
Parlay. No, I know. I was saying that
Oh,
as
okay.
Kaz because
Oh,
that's
okay.
such a weird word. He wanted
What?
to parlay. And
What does that mean? That is a big word that I do not know. Fitz?
Sort of just have a meeting and discuss terms. Parlay.
Okay.
Yes.
On equal
So-
footing with no violence.
Did
Yeah.
he offer you something for the cow?
Yes, he did.
What did he offer?
The deal was, and he also has new information.
Oh.
There's technically 3 pieces of the cowl originally. The first piece that I have, he has the second piece. The other piece is with the queen bitch.
Ah. Think I can piece this together.
So
Bit by bit.
he wants me to give mine and the queen bitch's piece to him in exchange for a replacement dagger and a mask that he said. Pretty much it's a fair trade, to be quite honest. I didn't see any suspicion.
Sounds quite fair to me. I mean, the only part I'm still a little concerned about is again how he appeared and whisked you away to his rat mansion.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit concerned about that, but you came back, so that's good.
One
think it's
could
stuck.
make a commentary on your level of judgment in the past, but we've seen it improve slightly, so I
That's
hope
neat.
that this is a step forward. However, we should actually meet with individual as a group before handing over both of those pieces, lest we find another catastrophe has been created.
Well, he said you can leave a note in the rat hole if you wanted to talk to him.
I kind of hate this nickname you guys have given it.
It's the rat hole. It's a
It's
hole with
the rat
rats.
hole.
What do you want?
Should certainly have
Descriptive.
at least someone who is much better at reading body language present.
I will say this. Despite not knowing him, he has given a lot of intel about the queen bitch that we don't even know. Because she has the other half, he spies on her. But technically he also knows us already.
That is unsettling.
A little bit.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
But-
No.
I don't know.
There is a weird sense in me that desperately wants to trust this gentlemanly rat.
Is it just because he's a gentleman?
Well, he
The
didn't,
concept.
he didn't try to kill Kaz, so I think that's a plus.
Oh, he knows he
Well.
couldn't kill me. And he
That's
knows that you
also a
guys would
plus.
kill him.
You know what? Maybe we do trust him for now.
At the very least, he seems to understand the balance of things. So I don't think he's gonna cause us any harm.
And he gave us information, which is really useful.
Could be a very nice ally to have in our good graces.
Oh, also, Kaz pulls out this card. Also, technically, I can call him, but it can only happen once, so I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Yes. Well, the point appears moot until Queen Bitch is dealt with anyways. So we'll keep that in mind moving forward.
So, are
But
we
you
gonna?
still need a weapon for now.
Yes. So we're still gonna go to the museum and get you one.
Okay.
Okay. Question I have is does that change the order in which we deal with things? Like, we're still gonna deal with the Lich now because we have to.
Mm-hmm.
Do we deal with the Queen Bitch next then? Hey, was he the one watching us all the time?
What do you mean?
What do you mean by that?
Wasn't there like, even after the family was watching us, wasn't there always someone watching us? Maybe I'm misremembering.
Well,
mean, like,
Weston was
scrying?
watching Granny.
That's what
Oh,
we
that's
assume.
right. Okay. No,
Mm-hmm.
you're probably right. It's probably.
Though out of character, a few of you did sense eyes watching you while in the rope trick.
Yeah. Well, we assumed it was just the rats, but
Yeah.
Now we know it's not. Either way, it doesn't matter. That was probably was. But yeah, let's go to the museum. Let's get you a weapon. But yeah, does this change the order in which we deal with things? Does it go from now Lich, Avek, Bitch Queen to Witch
that is a good
Lich,
question because Avek's probably
Bitch Queen?
going to be one of the toughest fellas we gotta
Yes.
go after. So having Kaz fit it out as best as possible is a good idea. But if we go after the Queen Bitch second, he'll probably really know that we're coming.
Yes.
Please no, I'm also going to always refer to her as Bitch Queen because Queen Bitch doesn't feel right to me.
I have an idea.
Yes.
What if we tipped him off in a way that he did not suspect us?
You mean like feed him false
I-
information?
I still have a contract with him technically.
Mm-hmm.
What if I make it seem like I'm trying to get information on her because we've discovered she framed Fitz's uncle? That way it seems like we're investigating
Fitz-
something else.
Kaz's
Kaz's uncle.
I had an uncle. Holy shit.
You never wrote that part of your character.
I never wrote that far into the family tree.
It's also the
Oh.
possibility, like, yes, that could be because they are technically connected, right? For
That is
sure.
true. And as far as
So-
Avek probably knows, we're still trusting him.
So if we use the fact that one of them's a lich, and we use the fact that the other one is fucking with Kaz's family, that diverts his attention from us.
That might give us a
Knowing
little.
what's going on.
That might give us a
Also-
little bit more time. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, he would be less likely to suspect us knowing anything if we are directly in contact with him, being like, hey, really curious, do you know anything about a lich? 'Cause-
Although,
or not a lich, but like anything about a missing
The-
furbolg.
Uh-huh.
Um,
The Firbolg did go missing from the north, so that might not
mhm.
quite work. But
Yes.
we could ask. We could be like, "Have you heard of any connection between the Queen Bitch and Dawn?"
I have an idea to incorporate multiple ideas.
Okay.
Call him to see if he can give us information on the Queen Bitch, and towards the end go, well, if you learn anything in the meantime, we're looking for a missing Furbolg in the north, so we'll call you back after we're back from that. So that way, he knows that we're not looking into a lich, we're just looking into a missing persons case, while also letting him know we're only investigating the Queen Bitch under suspicion of Kaz's uncle's arrest.
yes.
How's
Perhaps
your
that
not
way-
persuasion?
Perhaps
I have
not
a
even.
great fucking persuasion.
I can give you
Perhaps
help
not
with
even
that,
say
too.
I was gonna
Furbolg,
be
just
like-
say missing person.
I will
Yeah.
say he might, all things considered, he might tell us not to go after the Bitch Queen
Well, he doesn't control us.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
He can
Doesn't.
tell us all he wants. If he doesn't have a good reason, we're not gonna listen
Also,
to him.
The Order has its own rules.
True.
Yeah,
you
he
can't
doesn't even
control
have
that.
jurisdiction there.
Fair enough.
Also, if you do speak with him, make sure that you maintain the same attitude you had before.
Which
Don't
is
be too
hating
kind.
him.
Don't be
Oh.
Yeah.
too polite.
I don't have to try. I don't have to try for that.
Are you gonna go? Are we gonna contact him now? Because if we are, I can give you some guidance to help you out a little bit.
If you give me, if you wait till tomorrow, I can enhance ability and give you advantage on your charisma checks.
I just need to do it from a train station. We can use the one in Hugrack.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
fair, because that's when
Tomorrow.
we're gonna start like actually pursuing the Fearbulk. So
Can I also say something that the smarter characters would also realize?
Mm-hmm.
If you call him from Hargrak, at that point you are about as far away from him as possible, which means he would have basically no physical way of stopping you at that point.
That's true.
he can't be like, no, don't go after the missing person.
Yeah,
in
he would be like, hey,
Hardrat.
wait, don't do that, because at that point you can go,
We're already
this wasn't part of our
here."
deal. I'm already here. Bye. And then
Yeah.
at that point he can't stop you.
You're not the passing me now.
Yeah. Reference.
Doesn't empower the
For,
North.
for fun reference, I have a plus 13 to persuasion.
I know.
And
but we
I'm
wanna
gonna
get-
give you advantage.
And I'm gonna
You
give you
should.
guidance.
Smells right
We
now.
want you to roll as high as fucking possible, Jess. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
So
Because
let's
The thing is, if you don't roll at advantage and he rolls higher than you somehow, that lights a spark that sets this whole thing off.
Like,
Yeah.
We gotta make
theoretic-
sure we nail this.
Yeah.
theoretically, since it's tomorrow, I could also go with you, and if you roll bad, I can change your number if I roll high enough.
Let's get
So-
all of the precautions possible to make
Mhm.
sure this roll is good.
Yeah.
I need to make it clear there is not going to be a single bit of pushback from me on this, because as
Mhm.
far as I'm concerned, you guys are just using every option you have to make sure that this goes perfectly, because you don't
Yeah.
want this to go
It,
bad.
like a lot of our
Yeah.
future plans hinge
Rely-
on this and
rely on
fooling
him
Avek
not-
for as far or as long as possible.
Like,
This is
We
also
need to-
in
It's like-
character.
like Fizzy would
Totally.
be like, yeah, I'm going to give you every advantage I can because I know you have to do good.
beyond just the fact that it was kind of my idea. I do genuinely think this is our best avenue to keep him off our trail for a
No,
I
while.
would
no,
agree.
you're
I think
correct.
it was a really good idea.
Yeah.
Like, actually, like, basically fooling him. Yeah, very smart.
We're adventurers. This makes sense for us to be
Yeah.
doing.
We're the neighborhood watch. This is our
He does
job.
not need to have any sort of hint that we're on his ass.
Okay, let's do that avenue
Okay.
then.
Let me see if I can do
Avek
anything.
knew.
Shut up.
Oh, boo.
Sorry.
Shut up.
I'm not sorry.
Are you
actually,
proud of
fuck
that
you
You're
guys.
not sorry. I know you're not sorry. Okay, I want to see if there's anything else I can do. I know guidance will help, but and I mean obviously I'll go with you so if in case you roll bad and I'll roll good.
Hold on. How long does?
Oh, that's like at least an hour.
Yeah, 1 hour. Yeah, I can cast that from the cart.
Yeah, and I'll cast guidance right before you make the phone call. Because guidance only lasts like
is
a
it
minute.
making me do? Oh, well.
Okay. So is that the next day, by the way?
I've already changed the date. It is currently the 21st of summer, 3 p.m. By the time you guys would arrive at Hargrak.
All right. So let me roll an oracle number.
While you guys are doing this, I've actually been working on finally like putting the custom races that we had into Foundry, because I realized I never actually did that and people had to do it by hand. So I'm actually finally doing that now.
Yeah.
Alright,
All right.
give me a
oracle-
second to get some of this ice cream out of my throat.
Yeah.
Why are you eating ice cream for breakfast? That's really weird, Darius.
It's not breakfast. Eat shit. I'm 137. I can eat what I want for breakfast.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think there are certainly other ways to add to an ability score, but it I think none of us are the right class or subclass for
Yeah,
that.
I'll be
This is the
honest
best
here.
avenue.
Yeah, short of 2 natural ones, I think you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, well, we're
Yeah.
number 17,
Because
so
we can do this, and then that way next we can go after Kaz's stuff, so that way we can get her fitted out. And
Yes.
Kaz can be an ultimate killing machine that's unstoppable.
yes,
Mhm.
that's what we want.
Though
We need that.
we would be stopping it at the museum first because that is before Hargrack.
Yes, that is something that we can handle. But basically, I was just letting you guys talk. So I was like, I was just letting you know that the date I set is for when you finally arrive. But still, so you guys would pop by the Museum of Oddities over in Belric, where you meet up with the head of the museum, Rand. You see that he is he was basically just kind of going around cleaning up the displays, making sure there's no real dust on them, making sure no one has had the chance to touch them, making sure all the locks are in order. And he'll look at you all and go, "Oh, nice to see you all again. How have y'all been?"
Busy.
I'd imagine so, judging by the most recent news I've been seeing from you all. Very nice to see. Very nice to see.
What has been in the news recently? What did we do?
Well, the whole Queen thing. There's
Oh,
been a lot
right.
going on here after that.
Oh, like-
Yes.
like?
Well, there have been people trying to call for elections, which, I mean, elections to remove the Queen, which honestly, I don't think that's going to work for them, because everyone else is ecstatic. The Queen's alive. I mean, sure, not in a dwarven body, but still, she's alive. It's great. It's great.
She was
Surprising.
assassinated, so that gives her a lot of bonus points and pulls.
Well, yes, well, yes, that too. But still, I mean more so that like everyone already liked her, and then when people are suggesting replacing her after she's come back to life, no, that's not going to happen. Still, I'm sure if you threw your name around, it would be a great way to get some free rooms and drinks. But still, welcome to the museum. Is there anything I can do to help you?
We're looking for some trading.
For what?
Do you got any Kaz, do you have a preference on type of weapon?
You're muted.
You're muted at the moment.
I have to check my proficiency on.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, because I don't know what your
The
proficiency
important
is.
thing is that it's finesse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So dagger,
Finesse.
rapier, short sword.
Yeah. I can wield a longsword?
Yeah, but I don't
Technically,
think,
you can,
but I don't think
but
you
most longswords are not finesse.
Okay.
Yes.
Then, yeah, just finesse weapons, basically.
Weapon suited for a dexterous fighter, and we have this one in exchange as Ignatius will hold out the foreman's pick.
Ancient. Very nice. Adamantine as well. Good condition. The rune still seems functional. I'm assuming you've used it in combat a few times.
Only a
Certainly, and
couple.
I can assure you it still works.
Oh, no, I believe it does. I can already tell it's still got all of its sigils still present. Yes, I could certainly do that. I could take this from you. Cody, would you want me to take it from your inventory now?
I don't think it's even in my inventory.
I can see it in your inventory.
I was just using it occasionally as an offhand, or if we fought something that resisted some of the damage from the Professor's Skull.
I can certainly trade this out for something of roughly equal value. You said you wanted something with finesse, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Any specific preference, length, types of weapons, what have you?
Could be a dagger, could be similar length of my rapier. Not really. As long as it's about the same length of my 2 other weapons.
Okay, I think I have an idea. And he will quickly dig around a little bit to see if he can find something he's looking for, while I look over the items of equivalent
Hey guys,
value.
when did we get an ice box of holding?
A while
Back
ago.
when you that happened when you fought Vokore Shah. You stole an ice box of holding from him.
Oh shit.
Mhm.
And I think the first thing we did was store dead bodies in there before feeding them to the rats in the rope trick.
Alright.
Also, I'm gonna point out something. He said something, and I don't know if we should take advantage of it. He's like, oh, people will give you free food and free and like
Absolutely.
rooms and stuff. We should use this to like not for food necessarily, but like if you need stuff, Jess, if there's needs things,
Heroes
could probably
discount.
you could probably get a discount here.
Is it a day that ends in Y?
Exactly. It's what I'm saying. Is like we need to go out, maybe quickly get some.
I haven't been able to make poisons in so long.
Yeah, and I want to see if I can
And-
get stuff to make healing.
I'm
potions.
itching to make poison.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can use that to our advantage. Not necessarily something Fizzy would say, but like, because money has no meaning to her, but that's something Darius would think, I feel like.
She would. I just am looking at the group inventory to make sure there's nothing else in here that we have forgotten about.
Yeah, I was like, she would hear, oh, they'll give you free things. She's like, I know what I'm gonna do with that.
I think I do have something that you might like. I'm assuming it's you, Miss Castella.
Yes.
And he will bring forth a simple rapier. It has just a simple crossguard on it instead of like a nice a basket hilt or anything like that. But the rapier itself is a little bit wider. It's about 2 fingers wide, and it has some slight like crooks to the way that the blade goes out. So it's kind of like almost like bent in places, but like it looks like it's been done intentionally. And he will hold it forward towards you. This is a rapier of life stealing.
Oh.
Strike someone in just the right spot, and well, what's theirs is yours.
It heals me?
Yeah.
Basically, if you score a critical hit, you deal additional necrotic damage, and you also.
When you attack a creature with this magic item and roll a 20 on the attack roll, the target takes an extra 10 necrotic damage. If it isn't a construct or undead, you also gain 10 temporary hit points.
Wow. And that's only if I land the critical hit, right?
It's only on a crit. It's only on a crit.
Okay.
Bear in mind, it does also have some minor like pluses to it. So it is still, it's just a +2 rapier, but it is still, yeah, it's a decent little rapier.
Well, I'm not saying no, and it is quite the opposite of my old weapon.
I didn't even think of that. You're right, it is. Didn't
But my-
even occur to me. You were absolutely correct.
My question is, does it stack or no? Like,
It's so different from my ex.
but the real question is, if I land 2 crits, let's say like one separately from another turn, does it stack or no?
I don't think temporary hit points stack.
I don't know. I would have to check. Because
I
the
don't
thing is
know.
like, well, it's because the thing is like, it's not explicitly spelled out in the actual item itself. A lot of
Right.
temporary HP things say this does not stack, what have you.
Yeah.
I think
By
it's
the
in the
wording,
base rules that that like temporary hit points from different sources can't stack.
yeah, by
Isn't
the
this technically the same source, though?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
yeah.
they.
I know in
Hold on. It is. Let me make sure I get this correct.
I know
I
in
just
No,
want
no,
a
no, no.
clarification
False
on
Life.
it.
No, I get it. if you have temporary hit points and you receive more of them, you can decide whether to keep the ones you have or to gain new ones. So
It replaces.
so if you have 2 temporary hit points and then you get the 10 again, you can go, all right, I'm gonna put myself back up to 10. So you can't
So-
stack it, but you can use it to replace it if you wind up losing
Yeah.
some temp HP.
For
Okay.
temporary hit points, typically, unless stated otherwise, it does not stack. There are
Okay.
a few things that do state otherwise. They state hit points from this can stack.
So yeah,
Well,
there you go.
yeah. Okay. I think I'm good on it.
Oh, that works for me. I will set this aside. I'm sure I'll find a nice spot to display it with the rest of our ancient objects. Thank you very much. Are there any other things you're looking for here?
I don't think so.
Do we have anything else to trade that we'd be willing to give up?
We can't
You?
get the gun.
Only 2 items that bear a powerful influence and would not be good on public display.
In that
Unless you
case-
want a vial mixed of celestial and fiend blood, I think that's all we've got.
Gross. No.
Yeah.
I feel like that's for the academy that would want that more than anything.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, we could go to the academy. That'll be fun. They like me there.
I'll be later. Remind me of that later.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Anyways,
Jolly, I've already added the rapier of life stealing to your inventory.
Okay.
It is, let's see, it is an attunement weapon, so for the time being, your attunement slots would be, I think, full up at this point.
That's
Uh,
fine.
Yes.
With that said, sorry. With that said, yeah, you've got yourself a nice sword to use.
A fun fact about weapons of life stealing: when they originally introduced to 5e, they dealt an additional 3d6 damage on the crit, but because it was dice rolls and it only applied on a crit, that
meant
was
that it was
automatically
66.
doubled to 6d6. So they made
Yeah,
it
it was
10 instead of a dice roll, which was average, so that it wouldn't be
they
doubled.
eroded it and made it flat because otherwise they realized that you were doing a shit ton of damage,
Yes.
which for a rogue is terrifying amounts of
'Cause
damage
of, like-
because it's not 66 at that point. It is however many sneak attack dice you have plus 66. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was a little much.
Because it's like, oh wow, this effect only applies when you crit, and it also doubles the dice on the crit, so it's really doing twice as much as we intended.
Yeah, it was a
Oops,
problem.
let's change that.
But still,
Yeah,
yeah. So Jolly, there you are. You have yourself a new weapon
Yeah.
for the time being.
Yeah.
I heard mention of some folks wanting to get ingredients.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We are going to take advantage of the fact that we have Sway here, apparently, and see if we can
Well,
negotiate.
You saved their queen, or at least brought her back from the dead in some way, shape, or form. So
So that's-
yes,
So we should take advantage of that and get some stuff for cheaper than we'd have to get it normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do it real quick. Real quick. We don't need to take a lot of time.
we're gonna have
Okay.
fun getting as much free shit or discounted shit that we possibly can.
Oh no, that's totally fine. Could I get just a persuasion roll, please?
It's almost like we have
Absolutely.
Smithy's sister with us again.
Are we doing this as a group? Can it be an advantage?
You can-
I assumed you two were doing it as a group, so
Yeah.
yes, advantage
Yeah.
is an option.
Cool. Just do it.
Absolutely. Not the best I've done, but a 22.
Okay. 22. Okay, so the big question I have is, what in particular are you looking for?
I want stuff for healing potions. That's it.
Stuff for healing specifically, and stuff for poison specifically, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We know who we are as people.
No, I figured. I just I need to ask. I need to confirm.
You look at the two drows and you go, one does healing, one does hurting.
Yeah, one heals.
One of us
heals,
is
one
telling the
kills.
truth. The other one is lying. You can only ask us one question.
Also, it's very funny because like I'm very like light purple, light pale skin, and then you're like the dark purple. What is happening? What are we doing?
Diametrically
How does the
opposed.
Shadowbringers song go? One brings shadow, the other brings
Shadow
light.
light.
Let's see, potion making.
Actually, one other thing to potentially look into would be ingredients for a potion of resistance, particularly necrotic damage, since we're dealing with a lich.
I don't know if Busy can make that.
I wonder if we have a salve that can do that right now.
Yeah, but that's one person.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So,
Technically, I could probably make more.
in the
but-
case of you, Fizzy, you will get a pretty decent deal for what you're looking for. There are two things in particular that you are offered that can help quite a bit. One is given to you for free.
Hell yeah.
For free, you are given what looks to be, hold on, I just had it. Where is it? There you are. You are given what looks to be a small piece of some kind of organ that has been smoked. It is currently held inside of a small jar. The organ is about, I would say, like about yay big. It kind of has like this like V shape to it. You would identify it pretty quickly as troll thyroid.
Yeah.
So you could put it into a thing of vinegar to let it break down, and then there you go. You'd have yourself a decent potion of healing, a strong one at that. Basically, you'd be making a rare version of the potion of healing, which is, I think, is that the one, the 8d4? I'd have to double check.
Because it's potion of healing,
The
superior.
superior is 84 plus 8.
Superior is the 84, and then it's like I don't remember what's the middle one, and then superior, and then it's the one that's like 10d4 or whatever, 10d8.
Let's see. It is the potion of superior healing. So yeah, it's 8d4 plus 8.
Cool. Good
So
stuff.
add one free troll thyroid to your inventory.
Cool. I'll do that.
And they are able to provide you, or sell you, I should say, 3 doses of, again, just
The
saw it.
reed.
No, not Nevelson's read.
Okay.
It would be 3 doses of motherfuck my butt. Where are you? There you are.
I don't know what that is.
There you are.
Yeah. It will be 3 pieces of woad root.
Okay.
Which basically you would have to peel and boil until it becomes soft like mashed potato, and then water it down and put the solid mass of root into a container, and well, you'll have a very garlicky potion, but it'll heal. It'll act like a potion of greater healing.
So what is it called?
It is woad root, W-O-A-D.
Okay.
Oh, woe is me.
And you can get 3 of them. They would cost. I saw the number. Perhaps I am a fool.
I pity the fool.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Problem is that there are so many pages and so many PDFs I have.
Oh, I'm just imagining ultimate goal for Fitz. Get a potion of Dragon's Majesty.
Fitz wants to be a dragon.
It's just an
Uh,
hour.
Let's see. Potion of greater. What the fuck?
Well, potion of greater fear is 44.
Oh, it's the cost I'm looking for.
Oh.
And I'm just an idiot and I can't find it.
Oh, I know it's 50. Isn't it like 250?
There it is. So for 75 gold
Oh,
each,
it's 75.
you could get the woad root. 75 gold each.
Okay. I mean,
Total cost of that would be
Someone else-
225.
someone can take that out for me.
And in the case of you, Jess, or more accurately, I should say, for Darius, that is.
No, Jessica is the one buying it.
No. No. In your case, you're specifically looking for poison in some way, shape, or form.
Correct.
With the roll that you guys had, you're basically able to get a pretty nice deal on something, or more accurately, able to get a free thing. You are able to get a hold of what looks like. What's a fun one? Ah, there you go. You're able to find yourself a vial of gray ooze extract, which would be an acid poison.
Okay.
That would be provided to you for free as a gift. As
You said
again,
gray ooze.
Yep, gray ooze extract. And then you can purchase yourself about, I'll say, 4 doses of deep spider saliva.
Yeah. How much?
4 doses, total cost 75 each. So
300.
yeah, 300.
That's fair.
Okay,
I'm gonna ask you what it is again. Deep spider?
It is deep spider saliva.
All right. That's good.
And that's 4. And that gives us time to
Mm-hmm.
make stuff.
Cool.
Works for me.
So set those aside. You'll have to make them, but you do have some
That's
nice
fine.
stuff. I will knock off the cost. And is there anything else you guys want to do, or should you continue along with your travel to Hargrack?
I'm good whenever.
Me too.
Travel.
Continue.
Okay, travel it is. So 4 and 4. Hooking back up to the nearby train, you continue traveling along towards the capital city of Hargrack, where you then bring your cart into one of the crawlers that will bring its way up to the actual city itself, and find your way back inside of the metropolis of the dwarves. You can see that the streets have changed. Inside of the actual city, you see that there are now banners and posters that have been flown. The banners are showing what looks to be a updated visage of the queen, with a slightly robotic and mechanical face to her. She still looks like the queen, though it has been changed to reflect her new appearance. And posters have been set out announcing this, though it appears that not everybody has taken kindly to this. Some of the posters are torn down, some are burned. You see that there is what looks to be a small, I'll say, protest that is formed of dwarven individuals, many of whom are older, some are younger. All of them wearing, some of them wearing what looks like a symbol of a hand clutching a heart on a little amulet with them. And they are protesting the queen and saying they do not want her back. Though most everybody else is simply ignoring them. Although others are basically shouting them down. The guards seem to have their hands pretty full right now, trying to prevent any possible riots from occurring and trying to stop fights from happening between the protesters and everybody else.
I just have to say, I had an out of character mental image of if this was 100 years more in the future, someone from the party like doing a selfie in front of the protests with obvious Stoneheart emblems and just
That's
sending them
Kaz.
paging. Wish you were here.
So Kaz is doing that shit, sending it to Electos.
Um,
True.
That's not a Fitz thing at all. It would be funny, but I don't think it's Fitz's personality at all. It's a
As you all
joke thing.
grin at the situation that is unfolding with the Stone Hearts and in Hargrak, you guys will make your way towards the nearest train station, or more accurately, the nearest payphone, and we will take a quick break.
Okay.
Making your way over to the actually, hold on, I'll change this music a little bit. Making your way over to one of the nearest payphones, you will find yourself a little bit of a chance to be, I will say, discreet and unbothered. No one's really coming near this area, so you'll be able to just kind of like tuck yourself in and keep an eye out for folks walking past as you have your conversation with Avek and try to lead him along.
Let me roll my oracle number. Hold on.
No, go right ahead.
11. So you'll guaranteed at least an 11.
Means I'm guaranteed at least a 24.
Good. And that's without guidance. So with guidance, it's at least a 25 actually.
Without guidance and without Granny's advantage
so-
giving.
Anyway, continue.
No, you're okay. You will call out the dial the number that Avek provided you, and it's going to be, you're going to hear it ring twice, and then you're going to hear someone pick up, and it's going to be quiet for a minute.
Are we just waiting to see who talks first? Hello, Avek.
Hello.
I have a question.
Oh yes, and what would that be? Out of curiosity.
What do you know about the Queen Bitch? Or the Bitch Queen, or whatever the fuck the leader of Thornhurst is called.
Recently changed over. Power has shifted slightly. This one appears to be handling the job a little bit differently. Why?
We have reason to suspect she's part of the framing job against Kaz's uncle.
Indeed. Really?
Yeah. Slowly trying to figure that out more. He's been in there a while, and I'm worried about leaving him in there any longer. Never want an innocent man in prison, you know?
Oh, how noble of you. Well, that is certainly interesting. I haven't had any kind of confirmation for something like that on my side.
Do you know anything else about her? Like, we only know very vague information, just that she exists. She's got a history with him.
No.
I know he's...
I can't say I do, no.
If you learn anything else, can you let us know?
I could certainly pass that along. Could you now roll the persuasion, please?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Scared.
It'll be fine.
Hey, do you guys want to watch me fucking nail this?
Yeah.
That's an
Do you
natural
want
20.
to fucking
Natural
nail
20!
It's a -1 going forward.
Again,
Might as well like guidance though.
Yeah, use the
Hold on.
guidance. Fuck it.
Guidance is a D4, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Get as high a number as you can.
That's a 36.
36.
That's what we do here. Look, our whole plan hinges on this shit, so.
No, I can't say I know very much about her, though I'll be keeping an eye out to see if there's anything else I can find out about the woman. I'll reach out if there's anything of note.
Alright, well, we're gonna be in the north for a little bit, so let us know. We're kind of digging into a missing persons case right now that a very pleasant gentleman in Hargrax asked us to look into, so.
Oh, okay. Well, Good luck with the whole do-gooding thing, I suppose. Nice to see you've decided to turn over a different leaf, I suppose.
You know, why not? We've already saved a queen. What else can we do?
Fair enough.
Better to do things in the light.
Well, if that's all, Ta,
I.
You did good. You're very convincing.
Dares will just. We don't know.
Okay.
Who knows him?
Yeah. Let's do this then.
I will go back towards the cart. Once we're inside, Dares will go. Now you can talk.
That was very
her-
good. I would have been
Thank you.
convinced by that. She was very good.
I hate talking to him.
He is not a fun, pleasant person.
He's the worst. Cody, don't point out the obvious. Listen, he needs to think we're being goody two-shoes. If he thinks that, he's less likely to suspect us.
Well, just pretend like I have some effect on you.
Aww.
I owe it all to my grandmother, who is many years younger than I am.
My young grandmother who follows the god that everyone else hates. Because it doesn't let you do fun things like lie and kill. Well, actually, this one lets
Ford
you
would
kill.
have
That's
loved
just
her.
me.
Anyways, we should go talk to their partner again. If we can get a piece of the body, or at least possession, it would be much easier to use scrying if necessary.
True. That way we don't have to worry about him breaking our mirror potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I can prepare locate creature. However, that will be blocked by running water.
Well, you know from legend lore that he's probably north of Fargrek, or at least was recently. So we'll see. Let's go pay the, was it Ashenthorn?
Correct.
Ash?
Yeah.
It is on the
Shop.
4th level. You can actually see you can see them on the map if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go pay
Yeah.
Ash a visit.
Matt's Mercer's. God, I fucking forgot about that.
It's a real thing.
I
A
also
Mercer.
forgot about that. Matt Mercer, if you're if you're I can't even get it
Matt.
out.
Matt Mercer, if you're watching.
Matt Mercer,
You're
if you're
not.
out there, if you're watching.
Can you
You're
block
not.
my dice roll?
I don't know what I want you
No.
to do. I didn't think this through.
What, you want even more negatives? Here.
We love you.
Making your way down to Ashenthorn, you will find that the nice kind of longhouse style building is still open. Inside, you see that the Fire Ganassi is present, though he appears to be a touch frazzled and appears to be trying to work his way through a few orders right now. And he's going to briefly look up from behind the counter and go, "Oh, just a minute."
Need any help?
Yes, plenty, but unfortunately, I don't think you can do that.
No, I used to work in another shop.
What you making?
Right now, I'm working my way through a few magic items. So, I think I spoke to at least one of you about the whole thorn thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't remember who it was.
Anything?
We're actually about to start an in-depth investigation.
We're following up on it to see if you had any more information or items of Thorn's possession, lock of hair, or, you know.
I could see if maybe there's any hair or brushes he may have had. That may not be a bad idea.
I can scry
Yes.
if that's the case.
Anything
see what I
to
can
help
find.
him.
1 second. And he's gonna slip away for a moment. You are left inside of the longhouse building, full of various magic items. Everything from small single-use potions and scrolls to wands, staves, weaponry, armor, everything that you could possibly desire. Kaz, you can roll a wisdom save if you want.
Yeah, that checks out.
For what? What did I
Kleptomania.
do?
For kleptomania, bud.
Oh. Wait, is it normal or
Yeah, it's normal.
wisdom save?
Yeah, it's your regular roll. I want to steal things.
I
that's all.
feel bad if I steal from him. Yeah, that I'm gonna start stealing. Sorry, guys. BRB.
Wait. Are you sneaking off? Are you sneaking off?
Yes.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Yeah, you should roll a stealth check in
Okay.
fairness.
You will probably
Uh.
pass mine, but still, roll a stealth check just in case.
Okay.
So I think
Oh.
even
25.
Yeah, but
25
still
because
passes.
of reliable talent.
Unless we're actively watching for her.
I feel like I
Fun.
would be because she steals things. Connor, can I roll a perception check, please?
I would be okay with it because Kaz has. You guys have
No.
been with each other for a while, and at this point, it's
Yeah.
a known issue with Kaz.
Upside down finger.
No, I don't see anything. I rolled a 9, so that's a 19 total. So no.
Just because it's funny, I want to see if Baloo sees her through the window. Literally needs a natural 20.
Like
Balloon's
Kaz,
like, not my fucking problem.
Kaz has got like ridiculous stealth. So like, I'm
Let-
not gonna see her, but I feel
Alright.
like Fizzy would be looking out.
Let's see if Balloos is able to see her. Nope. Double
No.
fours.
Let's ask the horse what he wants to do. I want to steal.
I want to steal.
Anyway, go ahead and steal, Kaz.
Go
I'm
and steal.
sorry.
Dude,
It's
don't
fine.
apologize.
Fine.
Don't
I'm s-
apologize. I think it's funny.
You just stay away from weaponry. You don't know.
Kaz, you're inside of a building full of magic items of all sorts: blades, armors, scrolls, shiny gems, all sorts of things.
God. Oh God.
I'm sorry, but it's absolutely in her to do that. So I can't be mad.
I will say, the easiest things you could see to steal are probably a few shiny rocks of some sort. They look almost like some very rough cut forms of opaline, or not opaline actually. Sorry, probably like some forms of like a quartz. It looks like one of them's kind of got a deep reddish with like an orangish kind of core to it. Those would be the easiest things to steal.
They're like regular gemstones,
They look like
basically.
little gemstones. Yeah, you can see there's a few of them here. There's a blue one. There's a red one. There's one that's yellowish. One that's kind of more of a dull, kind of a grassy green color.
Yoink.
Are you taking one or all?
That's the real question, ain't it?
If you're uncertain,
buddy.
I'd say that's another wisdom roll.
Yeah.
I think you should take the few, but not all.
Okay, which ones?
So I need. Can you repeat? I know there was a yellow.
Yeah, one that is red, yellow, blue, and a greenish color.
Greenish color. Yellow's not my fancy, I will say. I'd say Maybe the red and the green.
Okay. Please add one unknown red rock and one unknown green rock to your inventory.
Okay.
It's Christmas.
Are these official items or are they homebrew items? Because if they're official, I know what they are.
They are official items. Yeah.
Okay, I'll file that away for later.
Yeah.
I will say, if there's nothing else that Kaz can steal, she might take the rest. That is probably what might happen.
So there are definitely other things you can steal. There's bits of
I-
jewelry and.
I know, but she's having it, like, halving the portions of certain things.
Mm-hmm. What I will say is, actually, would you be so kind as to please roll me a actually just a regular old d20, just a straight d20.
Oh, okay.
I lose,
That's not worrying at all.
Oh, that's fine.
I lose concentration when you use them.
So right now you don't hear anything else. It sounds like maybe you might be able to steal a little bit more.
Sure. Going in for the bad influence, I see.
It's my job.
Listen, some people when they're getting over emotional trauma, they go shopping. You go pilfering.
I go shoplifting instead of shopping.
I mean, in theory, kleptomania would get worse in times of stress, right?
Oh yeah, it did get worse after Tana died. I will say that.
And like PTSD, you know.
With family and all that.
Yeah.
You've dealt with a lot. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
She's going through a lot. Don't arrest her. She's
Don't.
going through some trauma.
I love the
God.
statement. She's going through a lot. Don't arrest her.
Are you saying that's not a valid defense?
Yes.
Haven't you ever had a friend die and then you steal more?
I mean,
I just imagine a lawyer making that argument on the stand.
hey, if you're wealthy or famous enough, it works.
It's true.
You're saying
Hey,
Phoenix Wright
and
wouldn't
we are in
use
this,
that?
we could not be any more celebrity right now in Hardgrack.
It'd be
Jesus
just an
Christ.
honor to even get stolen from.
I know. It
her.
means you have good shit.
It's
Right.
oh my god, she's Winona Ryder right now.
Oh no.
Please, okay, wait. For everyone who doesn't understand the reference, because somebody might not understand the reference, Winona Ryder is an actress. She's in Beetlejuice. She's in the new one, but like she was in the original. She was on Stranger Things. In the 90s, like when she was kind of like or maybe a little bit after like the height of her fame, she got caught shoplifting a bunch of stuff from like a Nordstrom's.
Mhm.
So basically, it's like she got caught. Like I don't think she actually. I think she maybe went to. I don't think she even went to jail. I think she maybe went to like probation. But yeah, like it was like a big deal when it happened. Like, in the like, so when I say you're a Winona Ryder, that's essentially what you are. You're a celebrity who maybe will get caught stealing things.
So, you kind of slip your way over to the next shelf, and you see that there's a line of nice potions here. They're all in nice ornate bottles. They're still like potion size, so really like they're maybe about the size of like I'm gonna say like a thing of cologne, like about yay big, kind of boxy. You can see one that is kind of an icy blue color. It looks like there is something floating inside of it that you can't tell right now. You can also see that there is another that looks to be green colored and kind of slimy. Like it looks like it's all holding one homogeneous shape and kind of staying together. It's like a bright neon like GAC, like Nickelodeon GAC green.
That's
Okay.
a reference.
It's something I just came to mind, to be honest with you. And then you'll see a third potion that is a lovely yellow color.
So much yellow shit. Who really likes this yellow? Well, the blue one looks interesting, though I don't know what that is. I'm having so much PTSD from the yellow. I'm gonna express this right now from the yellow. So yeah, the blue potion. Maybe
You have one that's blue. You have one that is bright Nickelodeon Gak green, and you have a blue potion, blue, yellow, and green.
blue,
Which-
yellow, and green.
Which one would you like to steal?
The blue one.
The blue one. Okay.
Yeah.
Please add one unknown blue potion to your inventory.
So much
Okay.
identifying is gonna have to happen later.
If we
Hey,
don't just bring it back
guys.
and be like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It's like, where did you get these?
Don't worry about it.
I'm not stealing everything. I'm stealing like maybe
I
one.
am proud of your restraint right
six.
now.
Yeah.
So we're making a lot of progress. However, we are going to have to give this back. This guy has
I
been
have
through
to say-
enough.
I have to say, Kaz is like the kid where you bring her to the grocery store and she like takes a grape from each the grape
You'd be
bundles
surprised
on the
that
shelf
she
and stuff.
that she's not even allowed to be in the grocery store. But she would
Yeah.
She turns
Like,
into a gremlin.
You have the fresh carrot pile. She takes a carrot from there to taste it.
Did I ever tell you guys about the shittiest little kid I saw in a grocery store?
What?
Oh.
There were a bunch of halved watermelons that were out at a grocery store, and they had like plastic wrap on them. And I watched this guy with his two kids just pay zero attention to one of them, as one kid just took both hands and just pressed all his weight right into the cut half of the watermelon and just fucking squished it. I outright like went to the guy and went, "Dude, watch your fucking kid." He literally just wrecked that melon right there.
He's just destroyed produce.
Yeah, just fucking. It was at the Metcalf's, Becca.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I know.
I think it was
You did-
also
you
in the
didn't, and-
store.
Yeah, you were, and I just waited for you to not be around to be like, "Hey, what are you doing, dude? Watch your kid,"
What the fuck?
because I
That's
knew you
so
would have griped
cool.
about it.
No, I
What a
mean,
waste.
in that case, it's like, no, I mean, he should know that his fucking kid just. What the hell?
But yeah, so you will manage to steal yet another item.
Okay.
Anything
How
else?
long will it take for us to realize that Kaz is missing? That's what I want to know.
Or, well, that she's taking shit. I think she's still here. But,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
we're all,
the
like,
stealth
looking
in this
around.
situation
and-
Disappearing. It's just looking innocuous.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. Anyway. Continue to steal if you wish.
I continue to steal.
Are you going to keep stealing?
I'm
If
gonna
someone's
keep
like,
stealing.
hey, you see anything you like? And it's like, yes. In fact,
Yes, I do. Okay. You are going to continue stealing in the store.
Yeah.
Actually, roll me another flat d20, please.
Okay. Let's see. Hmm. 3.
At this point, you hear steps coming back from the back room of the store into the front of the store, which means that your kleptomania may have to end here unless you want to risk it.
No, I won't risk it.
Okay.
Oh, she's got some sense. We appreciate that.
yeah. I mean, she does know we'll probably have to come back here at least one more time to tell him the unfortunate news.
Ash comes back into the front of the store and goes, so I did manage to find some of his shed. So you could probably use that.
Thank you.
Um,
Flux it.
Here you are. Yeah, you just take a hunk of antler, basically. That might be probably the best thing I have around for what you're looking for, I think.
It'll help. Appreciate it.
It should be sufficient for use in a spell.
All right. Well, in that case, I suppose if there's anything else I can try to help you with or find for you, then just let me know. But yeah, I'm not too sure about what else I can do here.
No,
Well-
that's yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll just ask some. I think we might already know this information, but it's been a while. So, like, while Busy preps a scry spell, I'd probably ask some basic, like, where did you last see him? Where did you think, like, is there any habits like places habitually he went, any enemies that you know of, like people who didn't like him.
And the answers he provides are pretty straightforward. No real known enemies. Last time you saw him, it was here. He told him he was going to be leaving and will come back in a bit. That was about. Excuse me, sorry. That was about the last time he interacted with him, and that's about all the information he has. Yes?
How long ago was the?
Can I investigate his personal area, wherever his room may be?
Are you gonna ask him if you can do that?
Yeah, that's
Okay. He'll look at you and go, yeah, that should be okay. If you go back that way and then take a right, maybe that room over there.
Remind me how long ago it was that Thorn was like, stepping out, I'll be back.
Probably about 30 days at this point. But yeah, he'll give you the information you're asking of him. While you do so, Darius, you slip back into a room, and you find what looks to be basically a relatively neat and well-kept bunk area, or bedroom, I should say. There's a fairly large and supported bed for someone to sleep upon. It looks like it is stuffed with some kind of feather, like a down mattress. Inside the room, you can see that there are a few tables nearby, all of which appear to have markings of the kind of thing that spellcasters tend to have. Chalk for drawing quick runes, small inscribing materials, gems, stuff like that.
You guys want to see me eat immediate shit at a roll?
I believe in
You
you.
keep saying
Oh.
this.
I would like to investigate the room.
If Jess says it and gets a 1, then it's anticipated. If it's anything better, then it's a pleasant
I think
surprise.
you're gonna roll another net 20.
I think I'm gonna fucking whiff it.
I think I'm gonna roll a 13.
What
That's
the
a natural
fuck,
20.
Becca?
That's a -2 going forward.
That is the -2 going forward.
How'd
So
you
it's
do
a
that?
33.
Becca, how'd you
technically.
do that? Use that later.
This car gives me negatives as well, because some days I do have good luck.
Mhm.
To be fair, no one is unlucky as Mercy. I think choosing to follow the goddess of luck was a mistake on her part.
Mhm.
I think it was a cosmic joke, to be honest. That the character with the worst luck in the world followed the god of luck. Investigating the room itself with a natural 20, I will reveal all to you.
Yay.
You will find that in this room, there are likely a few more things that Ash probably just missed because he wasn't really looking for certain things like that.
He doesn't know to look for lich material.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. He doesn't know what he's looking for or what he possibly could be sitting on top of. In this room here, you find first there's of course some hair that has been shed inside of here. There's several brushes that could be used to help you find him, though granted the antler shed is already pretty goddamn solid for finding this guy. But most importantly, you'll find that under his very heavy supported bed, there is something that to you feels like a false panel, though visually it does not look like one.
I cannot lift this bed, so Darius is just gonna go over to the earpiece and go, Iggy! Help!
On my way.
You step back into the room with Darius, and you can see that she is currently on hands and knees, reaching under a mattress, a large bed, kind of reaching at something and feeling around. And she goes, "Sorry, yeah, what? You're being inappropriate, aren't you?"
Yeah, bro, what are you doing?
No!
Found the secret
cackling.
stash.
I heard Jess screaming with
She's
laughter from your mic.
Cackling.
We-
Yeah.
Oh no, step bro! I can't get out. My bracelet got caught.
I'll kill you both.
Ignatius will ask Thorn, would it be okay if we moved this bed to have a better look?
Yeah, you would ask Ash, not Thorn.
Or Ash, I mean.
Yeah, you're fine. And you ask him that, and from the front room where he's still talking to Granny, he'll go, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Alright. Now, so I'll do an athletics check. Would I be able to use my crowbar to get advantage using mechanical
No.
advantage?
You can't really do mechanical advantage for lifting something up. You do it for ripping, like
Well,
breaking
it's
something open.
more like prying it up, but if it's too far above the ground.
Yeah, it's not. This is you can't really use mechanical advantage in this way for lifting a bed.
And wasn't
Though,
sure
good
how
idea.
close to the ground it was.
Yeah.
Oh.
So athletics, please.
Athletics. And normal because I'm definitely not getting help from Darius.
No. It's a 25. You'll be able to at least lift up one edge and start to pull it towards you. It is a rather heavy bed, but considering the size of the individual who is probably on it, well, that's not too shocking. What is that noise?
That was the door in my house. That's why I muted myself.
Oh, okay.
He could
Why'd you
lift
punch
this
the
on his
microphone?
own.
Oh, thank you. And she'll go under the bed, safe and secure now, and pop open that fake panel.
Yep. Popping open the fake panel, you will pull loose a hunk of plank, though visually there is still a piece of plank there. There's an illusion that is covering this and hiding it. You kind of feel around inside of the area. I would like you to make a dexterity save, please.
Oh, motherfucker, find. That's a -2 to it.
Yes.
So
So
that's
18.
actually a 22 because I'm within 10
Yes,
feet.
because he is nearby
So
as
it's-
well, so you're
So
fine.
it's a 20.
Yep.
Oh, no, you have a +4, right?
Yes.
That's why
+4.
22. Okay.
So you bring your hand down, and as you do, you feel your finger press against something, and it gives just a little bit, and you hear a click. And as you do, you lift your hand back really quickly as you feel something go and swipe at your hand horizontally.
Okay. Am I or Kaz gonna be better at disarming this?
Would it help if I removed the illusion so you could see through it? I've dispelled magic prepared.
Is it a magical
Um,
trap?
It's a great question. Connor?
So is it third or fourth level illusion or higher? Because then I'd have to roll.
It is not.
Alright, then. One dispel magic, which I'll.
Okay. You dispel the magic, and inside you guys are now looking at a small square pit. It is maybe about 6 inches by 6 inches. And you can see that there are a few things that are here inside of this pit, though they have been precariously placed so that they are below another platform, for lack of a better term. And this false platform looks to be the thing that Dara set her hand on to activate the trap itself. Though you don't see any mechanical trap here. You don't see a blade that's sitting there waiting to go whoof and chop your hand off, nor any spots for like an arrow to shoot out. It looks like there's just a groove that's been carved into the wall around it, roughly at about wrist height, where someone would reach in.
I'm gonna take, like... He's probably got, like, a quill or a pencil or something in his room. and just kind of ease it down to see what trips it specifically, and
Yep.
then go from there.
Yeah,
Mess
you
up 9 torches on me. You could just use one of those.
That also works. I just need something I can stick in that is not my hand.
Using the head of a torch, you just kind of bring it down a little ways until it hits that pressure pad, and you watch as really swiftly there is like some kind of a silvery line that goes from one end to the other, and then you watch as the head of the torch goes and falls off. It looks like it's some kind of almost like a wire that is just going as fast as possible to just
So
cut
it's a
whatever is
physical.
there.
It's a physical trap, not a magical.
No, it is magical because you don't see
Okay.
where a wire is sitting. It's being summoned in really quickly and going, phew, and then disappearing.
How can I avoid hitting the platform to go down, or is that something that's like?
You certainly could, but at that point, your arm is going to be much deeper in, and instead of hitting your wrist, it's going to be hitting your forearm.
Okay.
I don't suppose anyone has the use of Mage Hand, do they?
I don't think so.
I am nearly 100% confident that the answer is no.
Wait, what's the problem? The
They were curious if anybody had something like Mage Hand, and I don't think anyone does. Granted, you can disarm magical traps, Kaz.
I have a item that can disable it.
Yep.
And let me double check what it's called again.
I keep having to call more and more people in here to fix things.
It's the Connor. I can't read it.
Give me a second. I'll look at what you're talking about, and I will
It's
pronounce
in
it for you.
tools. I can't read it.
The Arcanophage's tools.
That's the word, yeah.
Arcanophage basically just means magic eater.
Okay. But it says magical traps, magical doors, and even other things make them stop working temporarily.
Yes, you can do that. If you want, you could give that a shot.
Like to use it then.
Press your use Arcanophage's tools button.
Okay. This is normal, right?
Correct.
Avek. So.
You begin to use the crystal-tipped tools to try and disable this, and you find that on the very bottom of this platform at the center that Darius has noticed, there are basically a couple of scrolls. Well, not scrolls. Sorry. Basically like. No, they're basically like small pieces of paper that have been pasted on the underside of it, that are there to react and cause the summoning to it. So in this case, it's as simple as just using a small bit of ink and just adding another line and making the spell not work properly. Which you do so, and pressing on the pedestal again doesn't react. There you are. It should be good to go.
Okay.
So now, Darius, Ignatius, and Kaz, you guys are all inside of Thorn's room. You're looking now at a little pit that's been carved in and goes down a little ways, where there appears to be a few bits and bobs that have been housed here. First and foremost, there's what looks like a box. It has 5 sides to it, a hinge on one of the flats, and it looks like it can be opened up pretty easily. It looks like it's mostly carved out of wood, though there are some nice inlays that have been placed into it of silver and gold. It looks to be sturdy, though still simply a small wooden box. You could break it if you wished. There's also a small bag of some sort. It looks like canvas. There's something inside of it. You're not sure what, though. Additionally, you can find what looks to be a leather-bound book. The leather is unusual.
It's just slowly calling everyone into this room.
Should we all just come in here? It's a list of abilities, yes. What have you found?
I have a book I need you to look at.
And Fitz will take it and
I'm gonna give it to the speed reader.
Take a look. It's in the
Fitz will
book.
start Spencer reading. Just
You begin quickly flipping through the book itself, and you realize pretty swiftly it is effectively a spell book of a sort, though more conceptual than a actual spell book for casting spells from. Almost like a little workbook for writing down ideas. A vast majority of these are spells and concepts that would be based around the use and control of what one could loosely refer to as life energy or souls. Either the manipulation of it, the addition of it from other sources, stuff like that. Additionally, you also note that the leather of the book is weird. There's something unusual about it.
Well, I can tell how old the leather is, and I can tell what the last magic used on the leather is. And
Got it.
I, as a player, think I know what the leather is.
Well, the leather is about 25 years old, and the last spell used on it was necromancy.
The book is people. The leather of this book is people. Fitz will pick up, like, a shirt or something and start using it to flip the pages, just in case. Because is it paper inside, or is it, like, Necronomicon, like, leather fucking pages?
It is very, very thinly pulled leather.
I mean, that was very common. You would typically...
Ick. Gross.
Well, yeah, a lot of we're making faces because it's people pages
It's
too.
people.
Like
I
I
don't
know
care that it's
they
leather.
used to make paper out of animal hide. That's not the point. The point is that it's people.
The book is people, and that's gross.
Turns out the wannabe lich killed people.
This is a book that kills people? What the fuck? It's a book on
What was
a
it?
lot of soul-dependent magic and life force-dependent magic made out of people. So...
That's really great. I'm shielding Ash from all of these discoveries.
Yeah.
I'm distracting him in the front.
And what was that term for the pages that is specifically like sheep's hide or calf's hide?
Oh, I
Was it
can't
vellum?
remember. Oh yeah, vellum.
Correct.
People vellum.
People vellum.
So that is now something you have to account with.
Great.
You also have the bag and the box.
Well, at least the bag is plant-based. Whatever it might contain, it is not itself made out of people.
I want to look in
Don't-
the bag.
I'm willing to bet there's like a baby skull in there, so like don't.
There's something fucked up in there.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Giving me a little too much credit here. You pull open the bag and you look inside of it. Well, one of you, Kaz, Darius, or Ignatius, pulls open the bag, or Fitz, because Fitz is all here. You pull open the
Probably
bag and
Darius
look
as
inside.
investigator.
And inside of the bag, you are
Like-
looking at what appears to be some kind of a skull of a sort.
Oh.
The skull does not look like any kind of humanoid you have seen, though.
Is it
It
a demon
is-
skull?
No, there are no horns on it.
A baby demon skull.
It seems elongated in the face slightly, but not in a way that you would recognize Ignatius. It doesn't resemble that of, say, a werewolf or a were individual. It honestly looks like there are breaks in parts of the joints where, or like parts of the jawbone and parts of the skull where broke, grew, broke, grew, broke, grew, broke, grew. And it has almost become something like a muzzle towards the front of its face, though with like very snub nosed in its current form.
Hmm.
To be or not to be?
Okay.
Either
All right. This is fucked.
Inappropriate.
repeated transmutation magic or the use of some sort of tool. You know, there are groups of people who perform procedures to gradually alter part of the body over time. Though commonly it is around the neck or ears.
What would be the point of modifying this?
You're probably modified when you're still alive.
It,
You are still talking with Ash.
Inappropriate.
Shush,
Yes.
shush.
Kidding.
it depends on if there was a specific purpose for this. I might have tried to place some sort of organ within there. For instance, a lot of creatures that have longer muzzles are because they have much larger olfactory organs. Or perhaps there's a means of fighting or simply experimentation
Hey,
to
Connor.
see what the body
Yes.
could withstand.
You said this is the face. Can I open the mouth of the skeleton and
Yeah, you can
feel
open the jaw.
along the? Can I look? I'm gonna ask to feel it. Can I feel around where those growths and breaks are to
Yeah.
feel if there's any sort of scoring or like divot?
There was no scoring. There was no divot. An external force did not cause the growth to happen. Additionally, as you open up the mouth, you will see that it is a mixture of both sharper canine teeth more towards the front and blunt molars towards the back. What you will note is that some of those canines look malformed.
Perhaps genetic experimentation. If he seeks to become a lich, he has to undergo some form of transformation.
I will say genetics aren't really a thing yet. So let's keep that in mind, folks.
Yeah.
We just got to the point of where some people are believing in germ theory.
Yeah. So experimentation, that's fine. You can say that.
Yeah.
If you guys want, there are rolls one could theoretically make for this. Nature or Arcana.
Might as well attempt an Arcana.
I will also attempt an Arcana.
You can do so.
How
I'll let
old
you-
is the skull, by the way?
Oh, the skull? Let me check one detail.
I'm gonna help Fitz because I have a feeling Fitz doesn't want to shove his hand in the skull's mouth. So Darius will be explaining what she can feel and see inside of it to better help Fitz with his understanding.
Okay, that's 21 from Ignatius.
Do I get
25.
advantage?
You get another roll.
Yes, you get advantage.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hold on. Well, another one.
Ooh.
Well, actually,
Spicy 30.
in that case, I get to give full information to Jill.
Yahoo!
You can just skip me because it's just kind of covering base.
That's fair. That is fair.
Don't need the tiered information.
Jill, I am going to copy and paste this.
Oh boy.
Uh,
Also, don't mind me fucking trying to get any of this cross stitch done.
I'm like, I'm sitting here going through an Etsy shop. Okay, like going through Etsy. I'm trying to find stamps that I like.
Here.
Listen, Fizzy is not involved in any of this. She's just getting a scry on. Like, she's trying to do a scry.
Yeah.
I can see the information has been received.
Yeah.
Anyways, it feels like this little divot might. I don't like how this. It's like a hinge part of the jaw.
How far are we from winter?
We're in the middle of summer, aren't we?
Yeah.
This needs to be gone.
What?
By winter. By winter, things will get very bad.
What should be
So-
gone by winter?
Alright, so Connor's giving me two names that I absolutely can't pronounce.
So
I've
the
got- I've
first
got
is
two options here.
the more French version is feuilleton,
Feuilleton.
and the more Spanish version is erroneo.
Erroneo.
Feuilleton.
Erroneo.
Erroneo.
They both are basically portmanteaus of the same word that means wrong in some way, shape, or form.
It's a beast that oh boy. So they are just skeletons in the summertime. They're just found these terrible, awful looking beasts, hence that. However, they in the wintertime they reanimate and it will try to eat people forever because it just feels an unending hunger, basically.
I've heard stories about creatures like that.
So,
Though
very,
typically they're used as a warning against improper storage of food, lest you face starvation.
yeah.
He was leaving. I know this is out of character. This is me going like, he was leaving this here, and Ash was going to be the first victim.
That's really fucked up.
That's fucked up. What he's done here.
It's fucked up.
I get the sense.
Yeah, we.
Man, fuck this guy. Who's gonna hurt our homie?
It's
Our
like,
darling
I mean, like,
Ash.
Ash's done nothing wrong.
liches that go with the the normal way of doing it of stealing souls and killing people. Yeah, they are kind of horrifying monsters.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. This guy.
This guy stinks. Oh, actually, wait, hold on.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Whoa. He's
I
had
had
that.
Gosh, that's so dark. I love it.
Thanks.
Yeah, Fitz will explain that and then sort of just nervously move away from the skull. It's summer, but like you never know.
But it's undead. How does it reanimate in the winter?
It's an old curse. The remnants of an old curse, but
Oh.
We'll usually move curse on it later and then smash it to bits.
good. For the best.
Dares will put it back in the bag, tie it up tightly, and hand it to Iggy for the moment.
Yes.
Ignatius, you can either add a feuilleton skull or an erroneo skull into your inventory.
How about you add that because you know the spelling?
Fair enough.
But there could be use for it. It's powerful undead.
There is still one more thing to look into.
Yeah, the box.
What fucked up surprise will we find in there?
This is where the baby skull is.
Oh yeah.
You
That
find
gets
a baby
special.
head.
That gets a special.
The box was locked, correct?
It is not locked. It has a hinge on it, but there's no lock to it.
Okay.
We should probably still check for traps.
Never mind. Darius has already opened it.
Christ.
I saw Jess make the hand motion to lift it and open it. It is open.
Everyone's like, wait.
All right. Make me a deck save.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fizzy's gonna get called back here to fucking heal. If she's in the middle of something,
Excellent.
Silly.
Nothing happens.
heal yourself.
I thought
Keep
you said
yourself safe.
kill yourself.
No. Heal yourself.
Fizzy learns how to be toxic. She becomes a gamer. Kill yourself.
KYS.
KYS.
Keep
It
yourself
means
safe.
Keep yourself safe. Teach Fizzy that that's what that means. KYS. KYS. Wow.
Excuse me?
What did you say? I've been telling a bunch of people to KYS. I don't like it.
So mean. Inside of this box, you find that there was nothing physically inside of it. Not currently. But you do see that inscribed all along the box, there are various runes and small inscriptions that have been put along it. The edges of the box have these tiny, tiny, tiny magical script. Not even, I would say, an eighth of an inch in height. It is minuscule. Though they all glint and glimmer with magical energy.
Fits. I know I keep asking you to touch things, but
If this box is also made out of people somehow, I'm not gonna be happy about it.
It's well compressed human leather.
It's actually keratin. It's made entirely out of human hair.
I will
That's gross.
keep myself safe. Fitz will touch it, and of course, you know how old it is and last magic used on it.
It is relatively new. It's about a year old.
Year old.
And there is no one type of magic. Well, there's predominantly one type of magic, necromancy. Though multiple other kinds of magic are present here, you would need to roll a knowledge arcana check to find out exactly what it is.
But it's okay.
25.
It's 25.
I have told you what it is.
This is very important.
Hmm?
This is a phylactery.
Oh. You mean the thing that makes a lich a lich?
Thing that makes a little itch. A phylactery.
They're connected to it, so we should probably not destroy it until right before we confront him. Otherwise, it would give a heads up.
Hmm. It's very good that we found this, though.
Why would he leave that behind?
Why would he leave it?
Because a lich shouldn't keep his phylactery on him. It's easier to kill him.
Yes, but do you really want to leave it in the place where you went missing from? That feels
He
like an
probably-
oversight.
Think about
He
how
probably
well
felt-
hidden. Think about it. Just think about it.
It's. Well, consider this. He left it with a creature that is about within, say, 50 days might kill a lot of people within the city. What better place to absorb a bunch of souls?
I understand that, but I just... You think you'd hide it somewhere more... remote? Dig a 100-foot hole in the ground and drop it in there. A random field, no one will find it. I don't know, I'm a bit nervous about how easy it was to find this, is what I'll say.
Hmm.
We could always use the mirror to see if there are other phylacteries.
I don't know. That also doesn't feel safe. I don't. This whole lich business is setting off my anxiety quite badly. If you couldn't tell.
What will you do with this information?
Not fucking tell Ash, first of all.
I should probably wait until after we've eliminated Thorn as a threat. Then, because of the destruction of that Firbolg village, we could say that he was one of the ones killed.
I think, this is Jill, I think we should, I mean, of course we're taking all of this.
Yes,
This is all
not leaving
coming
any
with
of it.
us. Just say it's like, because I don't want to like sneak this stuff out, but I also don't want it to be like, you know, I think we should have maybe the book out, put the rest of it in the bag of holding, and be like, oh, we found a journal of thorns that could be useful, and then head on out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, I would say that's not a bad idea at all.
Because I don't want to tell Ash that his friend is a fuck off asshole who wanted him to die. That's
Might be a
really
little
sad.
traumatic.
It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
If I was a lich, I would never leave a scary beast to kill you guys. I would
That's
do
very
you the
kind of you.
honor- I would do you the honor of doing it by my own hand.
Okay.
Like a man.
Never mind.
Alright?
So, do we tell him that? I mean, twist the truth that he got killed by the lich?
Not until we've actually confronted him,
Yeah.
because the exact whereabouts is not something we should know until we've fully investigated.
Mhm.
But, so if any news gets out before we actually confront that, it shows we know more than we're letting on. However, if we state that we believe he was killed by the Lich instead of him being the Lich, that also draws away some of the suspicion that Avek might have on us for knowing the full truth.
Mhm.
Simply might see us being dumb adventurers associating the destruction of a Firbolg village and a Firbolg as being one and the same. That perhaps he returned home and met a fate with all the rest.
To be fair, we are kind of dumb adventurers at times.
But it makes sense.
In any case, someone else should give the story of it's a diary, not Fitz. You're not good at lying.
Oh, I know. I'm quite bad at it.
The lying liar who lies can do it.
Hiding the Foyton skull and the phylactery, which I'm going to put into Fitz's inventory for now. Well, someone's got to carry it, and you're the magic boy.
Okay.
Feels like a
Uh,
threat.
Oh, good. There's a container
Awesome.
section.
Awesome. That's so
Um,
cool.
Yeah, I know, right?
Funny thing
Um,
is,
Is
I
it
think
fucking
Granny might eventually be able to get the magic to control this photon.
You guys begin heading back out, holding the journal. Darius, you can see that Ash is currently wrapped up in conversation with Granny, who is upon noticing that you guys are all being drawn back there and that something might be happening, has been distracting him.
Yeah, because he doesn't need to know his partner was a lich yet. Got enough on his mind.
And I moved the bed back.
Yes,
Make
that's
it
that
harder
I that
to
that I assumed. That I assumed.
Find it.
Darius?
Yeah.
You are holding the journal.
She'll walk out with it and just go. Seems like he knew some ideas of where he wanted to go. We're gonna take this just so that way we can try to follow his line of thinking and figure out what his plans were.
Roll deception, please.
Can she have advantage because it's not technically a lie, it's a lie of omission.
Still a lie.
Because
I
we're
mean,
using
the
this...
lying is why it's a deception check.
Yeah.
But I want
I-
advantage.
I will say the DC is slightly lower, but it is.
I
it is.
mean,
I'm
if
not giving
it's-
advantage.
If it's been less than an hour, still got enhanced ability.
Has
I
it
mean,
been
it
less
has-
than an hour?
It has been less than an hour, in fairness.
So
Oh,
you still have
that's probably
advantage
good.
on lying. No lying liar who lies.
Ooh.
It was
Minus
30.
2, so 30. Man, I'm gonna miss having charisma next campaign. This stinks.
This is. It's like I'm hearing an echo of Jill when they started playing Fitz.
I miss charisma. I do
I
miss
miss having
charisma.
my gun and having charisma.
Well, which would you miss more, charisma or intelligence? Clearly it's intelligence because you've admitted you're gonna play another smart character.
It's true.
No, actually, I wouldn't have missed intelligence so much. The reason I'm playing another smart character is to handicap myself.
You say this to Ash, and he'll look you over and go, "All right. Well, thank you for looking out for him. I appreciate you guys trying to find him for me.
Yeah, no problem.
Well,
That's what we do.
well, I still have more work to do. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day, Miss Granny. I do appreciate your tact in the conversation. It's very nice to have someone who is willing to listen. Is there anything else I can try to help out with before you go?
You just focus on your work, my dear. We'll follow up on this.
Okay, I'll try.
Guys, this is our Sammy.
We're going to adopt this fire
I love
Ash.
Poor guy. He just teamed up with the wrong dude.
He had no idea.
And then he got robbed by us.
Yeah.
Not by us. Us implies
Is us the word we're using?
us implies
Kaz.
everyone else is complicit in it. None of us know Kaz stole anything.
I didn't say shit yet, so.
We get back to the cart, Kaz, like, I kind of feel bad about this now, but...
Yeah.
I
Hey
feel
Fitz,
bad for
while
you.
you're in the process of identifying all that other stuff, could you identify this as well?
Where did you get this?
I found it in that shop. On the
I
shelf.
mean, if Kaz waits,
I found it in the
like,
shop.
if Kaz waits like a week, none of us would know where she got it from.
I don't know, you guys could roll insight for that.
It depends on how bad
In
she
fair-
feels about it.
Yeah. Well, you guys make your way back to the cart with your with one of you having ill-gotten gains and the rest of you having ill-natured
Ill-gotten
gains.
Mhm.
I'm gonna make a
Laughing.
request because I can feel you ending the episode.
Not yet. Not yet.
I can feel it
Okay.
coming.
Like I can feel you, and I'm gonna say at least let me do the scribe because I'm not here the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I was going to get back to.
Okay.
Fizzy. You are completing your scry as you all head back to the cart. What are you scrying? You're scrying on
I'm gonna scry on
Thorn
it.
in particular.
Yeah.
Okay. Righto. As you scry upon Thorn, you will see that your vision pulls away from your body and then will snap down towards the Firbolg as he is striding through, as they are striding through what looks to be kind of like waist-high grass on him. And you see he is making his way towards a location that is starting to flatten out further and further and further until eventually it becomes almost like loose, rocky, vaguely sandy soil with bits of sparse grass that is sticking out of it, like scrub brush. And then you will see that he will stop at what looks like the edge of like some kind of a lake or something similar. And you'll see that he will cast a spell to himself. He'll start looking. He'll nod slightly. And you'll see that he starts kind of following a rambling path at a trail as he starts to walk along this way. And then you'll see that he casts another spell, and you see that this kind of like perfect cylinder starts to open up in the water as it goes deeper, and he angles it downward. And he starts to walk down deeper and deeper into this lake as the light begins to fade. And you'll see that he will turn on some kind of a lantern he has slung at his hip as he begins to keep walking down further and further into this lake, using some kind of a spell to control the water around him to stop him from having to contend with it. And as the spell begins to wrap up, you see that he eventually stops and he nods as he is looking at an odd-looking cave down at the very bottom of this lake bed with now suffocating fish floundering around him. You see that the cave in front of him looks smooth. Sediment hasn't collected on it like you'd expect, nor has it been worn away by the currents like you would normally see. It's become smooth in areas and jagged in others. Smooth and jagged, smooth and jagged. It almost reminds you of the way that glass starts to form from high heat. And you see that he will look at this and he'll start to make his way into the cave until eventually he finds something like a flat stone door. And he will touch several spots on it, and you'll see it starts to slide its way open. And he makes his way inside, slides behind him as he lets loose the spell he had, and the water comes rushing back into the cave. And at that point, your scry will end.
I will describe what I have seen to everyone. And then I'll be like, I don't know where that is. Does anyone else know where that is?
It's gotta be a lake that's big enough to have a cave. Is there a cave right outside of Hargrak that we actually went under?
There's a lake out of Hargrak that you went into, yeah.
Did that look like the area outside of where that lake was, Connor?
Not really, to be honest. That area over there was very hilly.
We know he was up at this area.
I was gonna say, can you bring up a map?
Well,
Yeah, I've just pulled up back haze right now.
Fizzy, if you're able to see a good glimpse of the types of fish, we could certainly see what region they're from, or even a specific area.
I
Certainly
don't
a lot
know
of.
how good I got a glimpse at the fish.
So you can roll nature if you'd like to try and figure this out, or at least get a rough idea.
My nature isn't very good, but
Guys,
oh,
I
it was
bet,
17 on the die.
I
Oh.
bet
You bent a
my
needle.
needle.
Wow.
Ow.
What the hell?
I actually have a plus
Hard
in nature
claw.
though because of
Intelligence.
no, my intelligence is minus, remember?
Yeah.
But I still have a plus in nature because of Yeah, I have a +4. So it's a 21, actually.
Okay. So the fish themselves you don't recognize off the top of your head. Not immediately, though they all seem larger than you'd expect. A lot of like freshwater fish tend to be smaller. So maybe this is like a lake that's draining in from the ocean. You can think of at least one lake-like area that does appear near the ocean. Right over here.
Oh.
Where'd that
Not
be?
the worst amount of distance.
Yeah,
Over there.
Yep.
like an estuary.
Ah.
Yeah, that would be terrible. So I think maybe it's over here. Because I think this is the only place that like looks like the same, like it could be. Because I think that's where the fish may be from. Excuse me. So, she'll point it out on the map. Not that far, I don't think, right?
I think with gaseous
Not for
form, we
us.
could be there within an hour or two.
Yeah.
I think the cart does fly. So
Yeah, that would
don't
probably
use that
take
a lot,
few-
but
probably take 3-4 days by cart if it flies.
Yeah,
Oh.
roughly.
So the spell option would be within a day, within a few hours. The
Within
card
what?
option would be a few days.
I mean, I would rather
probably want to get
sooner
there.
rather
Yeah,
than later.
who knows what
Gran-
he's doing.
We could also use the mirror to get to the lake and then try to find another way down.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Because scrying is real time, so we know he's not on the lake right now.
Yep.
So, with an understanding of where he may be and what exactly he may have at his disposal, we will end here.
Mhm.
Bunch of shit just got dropped over Michelle's side, it sounds like.
Yeah. No, it was like a cup. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Thank
My
you all so very much
neck
for
is
being
there.
here. I do hope you guys had fun. Special thanks to my players, Jelly, Jess, Jill, Michelle, Becca, and Cody. If you enjoy what we do, pass the word around, tell your friends. We stream regularly. All this should be uploaded on Spotify or other similar podcasting areas, though I don't expect to make a lot of money off of Spotify, considering everything. Yeah. Thank you all so very much for being here. If you had fun, actually, no, fuck it. Say bye.